My name is Chris Hoke, and I'm the Executive Director and founder of Underground Ministries. Through One Parish, One Prisoner, we're now mobilizing faith communities across Northwest Washington to do exactly what we do, which is relationship.
I would invite churches to be a part of this program, not so they can do some kind of neat ministry where they'll get to bless others, but because it'll be transformative for them. They will look at people with different eyes. They will have their hearts expanded for folk who they used to judge. They will be able to walk in the world in a different way, with less fear, with more grace, with less judgment, with more hope. Our team had an orientation where we got to know a little bit about the program and what it might look like. We talked about the pattern of death and resurrection in the world and what that might look like for someone who has been incarcerated. And then we got to know our inmate, whose name is Wally.
I'm sitting in my prison cell and I'm just thinking, like, when I get out, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna live? What job am I gonna have? The last 2 times when I got out, I didn't have no support, no nothing, so I'll just go back to what I know. And if you have the support of a church that's connected with you and just for you, and supporting you and lifting you up and being there for you, that's awesome. You can't say no to that. What do you got to lose?
We got going with writing letters with Wally, and so we've built relationships over time. He knows our kids' names, we know his kids' names, he knows what's going on in our lives, we know what's going on in his, and it's become a relationship now.
When we started writing letters, I just decided I would put it all out there. This is me. I've had a history of depression and suicide. I deal with anxiety and panic attacks. I don't always feel like I belong, and I'm working through stuff and I don't have any answers for you, but I'm here and I'm a good listener.
It doesn't feel like he's our project. It feels like we're on a team with him, and it feels like it's something that we're doing together. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Our One Parish, One Prisoner program guides your OPOP team, 5 to 7 members of your congregation, through a 1 to 2 year journey of relationship, through prison letters, calls, visits, the whole time building trust, building friendships, and building a release plan together, where your team can accompany your releasing friend through their early months of reentry into the community together. All this follows our 24 monthly learning modules that covers everything from how do you write your first letter? How do you build trust? How do we share a mutual process of storytelling? Opening conversations about realities like mental health and addiction that affect us all. Even introducing some contemplative prayer exercises. Our modules also will walk your team through things that are maybe more foreign, such as legal financial debt and many of the barriers to reentry facing so many returning citizens. Your team can learn about this together, and we even walk you through how to involve your wider congregation for a deeper process of education, discipleship, and mobilization.
After being released from prison, I was already transitioning myself. So when I found out that there was a group of people with One Parish, One Prisoner that was going to be sponsoring my brother as a support group to give him opportunity to transition successfully, I was amazed. Honestly, I was very happy for him because I know how hard it is to transition on your own.
Sometimes at churches and in communities and in schools and all over the place, there's this sense that, there's so many of us, somebody will step up and do that. But when we have this concentrated team, we really have a sense of responsibility so that we're not going to leave him hanging. And then the rest of the congregation, whatever they want to do to help, great, fantastic, they can ebb and flow in. But for us and our team, it feels more like a structure of support that is more immovable. I think that the reason people were drawn to the One Parish, One Prisoner program was because it feels really hopeless and helpless when you see the number of incarcerated folk and when you see people coming out of prison and then bouncing right back in. And the idea that we might be able to intercept that and change that tide in some way, shape, or form, just being human with these people who've been incarcerated, the thought of being a part of that was really compelling and exciting to people.
As we tell churches in our One Parish, One Prisoner program, this is not about changing what someone believes coming out of prison, but this is an opportunity to go deeper into and experience what we ourselves believe.
I was really nervous, really nervous after almost 7 years in there locked up, not seeing the streets, being free. Knowing I had a release plan with these people, it was awesome because I know I could trust in them.
If every church did this and they were open to supporting an inmate that's about to transition, it can change a lot in the community. It can start a ripple effect that can become a huge wave in society.
The goal isn't to get someone to come to your church when they come out of prison, but this is an opportunity for us to be the church to somebody and to roll away the stone, to practice resurrection, and to maybe experience and see the glory of God.